Hi, teacher. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the book of Genesis. This is episode 3 for those who are joining for the first time. Just in case you're wondering what comes before Genesis, we've done a look at the whole Bible and we've done a look at the Torah. Because I know that many people will be looking online and thinking this is Synopsis of the Bible and you're on episode 3 and it's Genesis. Genesis is the first book of the Bible. What comes before Genesis? So just in case you was wondering, that's what it is. So I've got some stuff written down which we're going to go through today, and I'm going to read through what I've written down so that we can learn together. I'll start with a little recap. So we started off with the Torah. The word Torah meaning instruction or teaching or law. The Torah is a compilation of the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible. The Torah is made up of the books of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. The Torah is also known as the Pentateuch, or the 5 books of Moses. And for more on the Torah, just look at the video just before this one, and you'll get a more in-depth look at that. So this is Genesis. So when we speak of the Torah, the first of those 5 books is the book of Genesis. The first book of the Bible is the book of Genesis. The word Genesis can mean the coming into being of something, but is better known as the origins or the beginning. So it's fitting that the book is the beginning of the Bible, or the first book of the Bible. The book of Genesis also lays the foundation for Hebrew scriptures. It begins with the creation of the world, detailing how God created the heavens and the earth and the universe and all living things in 6 days, resting on the 7th. The book continues with the creation of Adam and Eve, the first humans, and their life in the Garden of Eden, which ends with their sin, disobedience, and expulsion from paradise. The subject of sin continues with their children, Cain and Abel, and we see the consequences of jealousy, of murder, and of moral failings. The book also recounts the tales of their descendants, highlighting significant figures such as Noah, who because of his righteousness is instructed to build an ark, and then survives a great flood sent to cleanse the world of its wickedness. Genesis presents this catastrophic flood during Noah's time and explains God's covenant with Noah, and he promises never to flood the earth again, and he symbolizes this by sending a rainbow which he puts in the sky. And he says, anytime you look in the sky and you see the rainbow, it will remind you of God's covenant with man, that he will never again destroy the earth with a flood. The book then explains the origins of various nations and languages through the Tower of Babel incident. Genesis then chronicles the origins and lives of the patriarchs, including Abraham, who is called out of his home country, and because of his faith, God enters into covenant with him, promising Abraham that he would become the father of a great nation. God then fulfills this promise to Abraham because of his faithfulness. His son Isaac and his grandson Jacob continue the legacy. Jacob is later named Israel. Jacob's 12 sons become the founders of the 12 tribes of Israel. One of the most compelling stories in Genesis is that of Joseph, Jacob's favorite son. Joseph, we read of his journey from betrayal by his brothers to becoming a powerful leader in Egypt. Reading about his life teaches us various powerful messages of forgiveness, of providence, and even of redemption. Overall, Genesis explores the origins of humanity and the various nations and languages, the nature of God and the beginnings of people, highlighting obedience, faith, redemption, and the complexities of human relationships. Through the book of Genesis, Genesis addresses fundamental questions about creation, about human nature, about how the world started, about humans and how humans came about, even why are we here, the meaning of life, and the relationship between God and us. This is Genesis.